Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I posted some shorts covering the episodes and how many chapters were covered. So I decided let's expand upon that a little bit. So every episode is named after a chapter pretty much. And so I decided, and I painstakingly went through every single chapter and I watched every single episode of the Ranma 2024 reanimation. And with my Viz reader, went through every single chapter as the episode played. Just a little bit of context there, but let's get into it. So, episode 1 of the series is called Here's Ranma. And now this is also the same title of the first episode of the original Ranma series. And I didn't go into a lot of depth with the original series because I really just want to focus on the new series, and then at a later date I will get into the original series as well. But let's start with the new series because that is what is fresh in our minds, okay? So, chapter 1 is titled Here's Ranma. That is the episode title as well. There are 2 chapters covered in episode 1, just chapter 1, Here's Ranma, and chapter 2, Ranma's Secret. So we get to really learn everything we need to know about Ranma early on. The secret, why he thinks that his manhood is gone. I mean, like, I get it. You fell into a cursed pool, you became a girl. If you get splashed with cold water, which sucks. But you get to see the relationship with Akane and Ranma sort of start, and you get to see a little bit of why Ranma can be a hothead, especially with when it comes to his relationship with his father. So when we're moving on to episode 2, which is titled I Hate Men, we really get to see how Akane doesn't like men. And it's a particular group of men that she doesn't like, and it's the guys from her high school. Because in the first episode, her sisters are like, oh, it's Akane. She doesn't like men. She's a little man hater. So episode 2 covers 3 chapters. The first chapter being I Hate Men, which is chapter 3, and that is the title of the episode as well. Chapter 4 is titled Never, 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 and chapter 5 is covered To the Treeborn Kettle Girl. And this is the episode where we meet Kuno for the first time, and Kuno is pretty wacky. He's a little eccentric. He's a fun character, and it's gonna be fun to see his role in all of this because he pops up a lot throughout the story. So episode 3 is titled Because There's Someone He Likes. It's a little bit of a derivative because the title of the chapter that it's based off of is called Because There's a Girl He Likes. So it's a little bit more derivative. But the chapters covered in this episode, there's actually 4 chapters covered in this episode. It's chapter 6, Body and Soul. Chapter 7, You'll Understand Soon Enough. Chapter 8, Because There's a Girl He Likes. And chapter 9, You're Cute When You Smile, which is very cute. At the end of the episode, Ranma says that to Akane, and I really enjoyed that scene. And I like the way he said it and the tone of the way he said it, both in the Japanese and the English dub, because I have watched both. I particularly like the voice actor for the English dub. I think he is fantastic. I don't know his name off the top of my head, but I will find it in a later episode. Chapter 4 is titled The Hunter, and this is the episode where we meet Ryoga. And Ryoga, if anybody knows me in person, knows that Ryoga is without a doubt my spirit animal, because I am one of those people that gets lost all the time. If I don't have a GPS in my car when I'm driving, even when I know where I'm going. Sometimes, like, I'll get zoned out listening to a song or something, and I just kind of, like, miss my exit. I've done that a few times going to work, actually. But the chapters covered here, there's about 3.5 chapters covered. So the chapters covered are Chapter 10, The Hunter, Chapter 11, Bread Feud, Chapter 12, Showdown, and part of Chapter 13, A Bad Cut. And this is the end of the episode for Chapter 4, and that's where Ryoga's umbrella chops off Akane's ponytail. And that's where you end the episode. And there's still a little bit more of that chapter left. And that's when you get into episode 5, which is titled, Who Says You're Cute? And so chapter 5 covers the rest of chapter 13, chapter 14, which is Who Says You're Cute, chapter 15, the transformation of Ryoga, and chapter 16, He's Got a Beef. Now, chapter 15, we find out that Ryoga has also been cursed by one of the pools in Jisenkyo, and he turns into a little pig when doused with cold water. And Akane takes him as his pet and names him Pichan. Then we get into episode 6, and this is where we meet Kodachi for the first time. And the title of the episode is Kodachi, the Black Rose. And it covers chapter 17, which is also titled Kodachi, the Black Rose. Chapter 18, The Love of the Black Rose. And chapter 19, Take Care of My Sister. This is where we find out that Kodachi Kuno is Kuno's younger sister. And they don't know that she is his younger sister until that happens. And then when you watch how those two siblings are, you understand. You're like, oh, no, they're siblings. They're siblings. Now, getting to episode 7, you're covering 3 chapters there. The title of the episode is called Hot Competition, and this is where we have the martial arts rhythmic gymnastic competition. It covers chapter 20, I'll See That You Lose, chapter 21, which is Hot Competition, the title of the episode, and chapter 22, I Give Up. Episode 8 is called Darling Charlotte, and we meet Mikado Sanzenin and Asuza Shiratori, and they're not around for the rest of the manga. They're just here for that little arc, but this arc is an important one in my opinion. But the title of the episode is called Darling Charlotte, which is also the title of chapter 23, and chapter 24 is A Kiss in the Rank, and chapter 25 is Lips at a Loss. Now, this episode ends with the almost kiss from Ranma and Akane. And Ranma's very nervous. He's clearly never kissed a girl before, and he doesn't have a lot of experience with girls at all, as you can see in the episode. And the way that this is animated, you can really see how nervous he is. Whereas in the original anime, he's a little bit more confident, and then he's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. Like, I wasn't going to kiss you or anything. But I really saw the nuance in this animation's portrayal of that scene from the manga, and I really enjoyed it. So, episode 9 is titled I'll Never Let Go, and this is the episode that you see the ice skating competition. And Ranma declares publicly that Akane is his fiancé for the first time. And I feel like this is a very important moment early on in the story, and we have a lot more chapters to go. There's about 400 chapters in this manga. And so the chapters covered in chapter 26 are Lips at War, chapter 27, I'll Never Let Go, chapter 28, Burning the Bridges. So episode 10, we are still in the ice skating competition. We actually do meet Shampoo at the end of this episode. And Shampoo is somebody who is in the series the entire time. After this point, you're always going to see Shampoo. This episode covers 3 chapters. Chapter 29, Ryoga explodes. Chapter 30, The Waters of Love. And Chapter 31, Kiss of Death, which is the title of the episode. Now, episode 11 only covers 2 chapters because we have a lot of story that we need to cover in this episode. So you only get 2 chapters for this, and you really expand upon it. And we really get to see Akane's jealousy come out for the first time. And this really starts to set the stage a little bit for the future of the series and how relationships start to go. So the episode is titled You I Love. And the chapter is titled Wo I Ni, I Love You. And that is the newer translation from the Viz manga. The original translation is Wo I Ni, You I Love. And chapter 33 is also covered, and that's Akane gets shampooed. And this is where Akane loses her memory of Ranma. And that's a big deal. And then we're going to get to the final episode of the season. Episode 12, titled Shampoo Cleans Up. That covers chapter 34, which is the same title. Chapter 35, Formula 991. And I believe in the episode, it's Formula 119. I think they changed it around a little bit. And chapter 36, Bailo, Goodbye. So this episode, we learn about Shampoo's shiatsu technique that she used on Akane and caused Akane to just forget Ranma. But Akane sees Ranma with Shampoo after Ranma's like, the hell do I do? Like, I'm gonna get your memory back. And she's like, who are you? I don't even know who you are. What are you? Like, you're a Roomba. He's like, no. But she has a conditioned response to when Shampoo was trying to be all lovey-dovey against Ranma, and she just kind of elbows him like a flying elbow to his head. And Ranma, he takes it upon himself to go to China and to get this specific shampoo to bring back Akane's memory. And this really goes to show how early on in the series he cares for Akane and how he shows it. He makes a deal with Shampoo. I'll kill girl Ranma for you, but let's make it a half kill. Because she doesn't know at that time that girl Ranma and male Ranma are the exact same person. It isn't until the end of the episode when Ranma reveals his secret to Shampoo, and Shampoo, heartbroken, runs off. And then you end the episode with Ryoga and Ranma sitting on the roof. Ranma's still in his female form, and Ranma's very introspective. And I really liked the way the episode ended. And I can't wait to see where it goes from here. Alright guys, so that was a brief recap of the episode titles and all the chapters that were covered in the first season of Ranma 1/2 2024 reanimation, remake, whatever you want to call it. I will be back with more Ranma videos soon. I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, and I am working overtime this week at my job. So I hope to get another episode up soon, and I will see you then. Bye. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content I'm putting out. It would really appease the algorithm gods. Thank you so much.